Season 4 has been stirring the entire internet for the past couple weeks. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has an opinion on it. But today I thought, instead of looking at the show itself, why don't we look at the characters and the actors that make up the show? So today, let's review every single actor in You and put them on this beautifully organized tier list based on how happy they can act, how sad they can act, and how serious they can act. I picked these three categories because it shows the entire range of actors. So if an actor can do happy but not sad, they aren't really rangeful, you know? You gotta be able to do all of it to be a good actor. Now, first up on the list is Beck. Oh, Beck, where do we begin with you, huh? Where do we begin with you? Now, Beck is played by the American actress known as Elizabeth Lail. Elizabeth Lail doesn't actually have that many shows and movies behind her back. Like, she's been in a couple known things here and there, like Countdown. I don't know if you guys have seen that, where like the timer goes down and you die, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's safe to say that You was her breakthrough series. Now, when looking at Beck's serious scenes, we can look at episode 1x4 at exactly 27 minutes and 20 seconds in. Here, she's arguing with her family about just not being there, about personal problems, and you can just see the passive aggressiveness just flow through. I think Beck's specialty is being able to be serious and like rude to you, but like in a sarcastic way. Like the way she makes sarcastic remarks towards her dad, the attitude she gives him, the body language she gives him, and overall the confrontational body language right here, it just it nails the seriousness for me. And to be honest, out of all the characters I'm gonna review today, Beck would be the last person I'd want angry at me. Just the way she, like, her demeanor, the way she's rude, I would be scared. Please don't ever be rude to me, Beck. I'm sorry. So I think in terms of seriousness, she gets a pass. But now when we look at sadness, we can look at the scene when Beck is trying to escape the cage she's been locked in. And once again, also a very, very good scene. Look at the way here that she tries to exaggerate herself and her points with her body language. A lot of actors, you know, they know how to get sad, frustrated, but not many people know how to do it like this, where like your entire body language is present along it. And her doing it with her whole body just makes the scene that much more impactful, and we can just see the frustration on her. Overall, this scene right here is probably one of the most intense scenes in the entire show, and I think, to be honest, it's all thanks to Elizabeth Lail's acting here. Wow, wow, mwah, wow. Guys, I don't know what to say. Out of 2 of the 3 categories, she's been going great, but when it comes to happiness, this is where she struggles a bit. Now, clearly we know Beck isn't like the perfect girl she seems to be, right? We also find out throughout the first season that she kind of, you know, clearly has somewhat of a dark past. But can she mask her dark past up with her happiness? No, not really. And for this, you can kind of really just take any scene, for example, where she's smiling and she's supposed to be like looking happy, right? But for me, when I look at scenes like this, I just see a damaged girl. I see a damaged girl that's she's just trying to be happy. And sure, you can argue that's what her character is supposed to be, but imagine how much more powerful it would have been if she actually looked happy in these scenes, and then we find out about her dark cheating scandals, blah, 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 blah. Like, I just personally think she could have shown a better happy side of her being genuinely happy, and then we see like everything revealed underneath the happiness. You get what I'm saying? And guys, keep in mind, for characters that aren't supposed to be happy, I won't do this. I won't be like, oh, you're supposed to be happy, why aren't you happy? But Beck is supposed to like show a happy character in the beginning, right? In the beginning, she's supposed to be a happy, fresh person, but I don't see that. I still didn't see it even in the beginning. Like, for these reasons, looking at happiness, I just take a couple points off of her, but still, I think she's really, really, really good. So because of these reasons, Elizabeth Lail, I think you deserve to go in the great category. You're clearly very, very good at every single thing you do. Very, very good. But it's just when it comes to that one aspect that I'm looking for, the well-roundedness, you're not there yet. You're still really good though. Wow, wow, wow. Great. But now can the rest of these actors keep up with you? Let's find out, man. Let's find out. Now, the next actor on the list is the girl that plays Delilah. Now, Delilah is played by a girl named Carmela Zumbado, and her character plays Joe's neighbor in season 2. She's an investigator that had been going through a rough past as a stripper and doing anything, basically whatever it takes to get by. Over time, Delilah builds suspicion on Joe, and then they get together for a bit, and then she dies. That's basically the whole story. So now let's see how well our one night stand can act. Now, when looking at Delilah's sad scenes, we can look at when she's about to die. And I'm not gonna lie, here, Delilah, what are you doing, sweetheart? You don't even look scared for your life. When Love walked in to like see what was going on, you were just like, oh, get me out, get me out. You don't look like a girl that's like, oh my God, I'm about to die. You need to help me now. You're kind of like get me out, please. Get me out, please. Like, what are you doing? No. What the hell was that, bro? So right away in the sad department, no, I'm sorry, it's a no. Now, when looking at the serious section, we can focus our attention towards when Delilah found Joe's cage. And also we can just look at whenever she's arguing with her sister, Ellie. And in my opinion, both times she does an average job at best. Average job at best. Like, I really don't see anything special about her serious acting. She's giving the bare minimum. She's looking serious, I guess, haha, but like, I don't really see any passion come through. And I don't know, whenever she's arguing with like Ellie or someone, it just looks like she wants to laugh, you know? It doesn't look like she's really in the moment acting. And also when she found out about Joe's cage, she just looked weird. Her facial expression just looked weird. She's kind of just, something about her looked weird. I don't like her serious acting here, guys. I don't know. But when we look at happiness, happy is the one sector she does it like a decent job at. And I'll give her props. Her doing her happy scenes is a lot better than most actors in You. That's because she knows how to be happy in a careless way. Her smiles, her happiness here really shows an authentic happiness. That's what we're looking for. Because a lot of actors in the show will like show a little cute little smile, but like it's not really happiness. But when Carmela does it here, it's ooh, okay, you're happy, girl. Okay. Like here, for example, when she's smiling outside the bar with Joe, it's genuinely happy. I love it. When I look at it, I get happy. It's great. So for this reason, I can't tell you to quit immediately. I can't put you at the bottom, but I will say you're bad. I'm not gonna lie, I will say you're bad. I'm sorry, Carmela, but here you go. Bad. Now the next character, ooh, Kate. Kate is played by a character known as Charlotte Ritchie. Guys, what is with these you characters having these weird, crazy last names? Well, what? Why can't you be Kate Rob? Why can't you be Kate Bob? Why can't you be like simple names? Kate Ritchie? What? But anyways, Kate is Joe's current lover in season 4, and everyone, and I mean, wait, everyone is hating on this poor girl. Like, the amount of hate I've seen for this character is so crazy. And to be honest, I think some of it is justified, but I think there really is a good connection between Joe and Kate here, like an actual authentic one. People are honestly just angry because compared to Love, she is definitely a downgrade in terms of like overall chemistry, spicy, drama, blah blah blah. And overall, the show has just felt a little more dull without her being the current love interest. But is her acting dull? Let's find out. Get it? You guys saw what I did there? Acting dull, indeed. Now, when looking at Kate's serious moments, we can look at episode 4 times 5, exactly 10 minutes and 30 seconds in. So here, Kate thinks Joe is a murderer, right? But her energy level, it just seems so down, and that's where my argument is. Now, me personally, I don't know about you guys, but if I think someone is a killer and they're in the same room as me, I am gonna confront them a lot more loud and aggressive, confrontational, you know? Like, it's gonna be more like, yo, what are you doing, kid? Back up, what are you doing? I know you're a killer. Oh, like, gotta be more aggressive with it. But she's kind of just like, in her serious mode, she's kind of just like, you're the killer, Joe. I know it's you. Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's probably one of the main reasons I couldn't connect with her, because like her actual intensity of acting in these serious moments just wasn't there. I want to like be able to like see you get aggressive, and I'm like, ooh, you know? And so for this reason, I just always felt like Kate had like a very like surface level acting. It was kind of surface level for me. And guys, since we've only seen Kate for 5 episodes and not the usual 10, I can't really rank her on all the other categories yet, because like we simply don't know much of her yet, right? So maybe when part 2 comes out, she does a really good happy scene, a really good sad scene, but we just don't know yet. So I won't be ranking her on those 2 categories, but we'll give her a bonus category known as chemistry. This is actually a part where she shines. I actually really think this is her specialty. Kate's chemistry with Joe just felt so real this season. Like, take for example episode 4 times 4, 21 minutes in, when he's like tying her necklace. It's something about this is so like intense and sensational that wow. And this is really all thanks to her acting. So Charlotte, as much as I'm hating on you for this other stuff, like your chemistry acting is on a different level. Seriously, the way she looks up at him innocently, the way like the touching is happening, oh my god. What? Are you kidding me, Charlotte Ritchie? Are you kidding me, Charlotte? Oh my god. Like, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I saw these two together, like get like close proximity and just get close to each other, you could just feel the tension. And that's something I didn't feel as much with like Beck, maybe not even as Love. So here you definitely get some bonus points for that at least. But Charlotte, since this is like an honest review and I'm really being honest with myself, besides the real bonus category I just gave you of chemistry acting, you do really bad in all the other realms of acting. You can't be a good serious actor. You're not a very good happy actor, not a good sad actor. You have no range. So I think I'm gonna have to give you horrible. I think you're a horrible actor. Charlotte, please don't take this personally, but you are horrible. Moving on, as you guys can see down here, these are all the side characters they introduced in season 4, so we're gonna be tackling them all together, right? But this half is all the main characters we still have to look at. And now for the next character on the list, let's look at Nadia. And don't worry, I know you guys are getting so excited because right after this character, it's Love. Oh my god, it's Love. I don't even want to say anything, but the stuff I have written down for Love, oh, yo, I love Love, bro. I love you, Victoria. But I'm sorry. This is about Nita, the new character that was just introduced. Okay, wait, I actually think her name is Nadia, not Nita. I'm sorry. But her character is played by an actor named Amy Hickman. And people have pointed out that she's sort of the person that Joe kind of wants to protect. Every season, there's a person he wants to protect, right? So this season, it's Nadia. I think the first season, it was that like boy that lived in his neighborhood. Season 2, it was Ellie. Season 3, I forget. But it's basically, he always has like someone he's kind of shadowing and looking after. Which in a way, it's kind of cute. If you guys think about it, even though, you know, Joe is a very psychotic, evil character. And I love that he kind of always takes someone under his wing and he just protects them. He has a protection over them. So Joe Goldberg, if you ever want to, you know, protect anybody, you could protect me, baby girl. I'm here for you, okay? Okay. Now, when looking at Nadia, there isn't really much to say about her. Nothing spectacular about her acting. And it was very hard for me to find literally any scene of her acting in like an enormous way, you know? But the one part we can look at is outside right here when she starts ranting to Joe about a bad thing she did where she was kind of having an affair with Malcolm, and she used to keep sending him like little letters, and now that he's dead, she's gonna know that people are gonna go into the room, they're gonna find the letters, and then her entire writing career is gonna be exposed. So right here she's kind of ranting about it, and her, like, she doesn't look bad doing it, you know? It's not like, oh, you look so bad being a serious actor. It's still basic to me. It's like, I'm not really impressed by this. And maybe you guys can say I'm being harsh, but I'm really looking for the top of the top talent. Here, it's okay. Like, sure, you're crying about it, but show me something. Like, show me how bad you're crying about it. Slap Joe in the face. Be like, Joe, I need the letter back. I gotta do something about it. But you're a little too, once again, your energy levels are too down for how serious the scene should be. But there is also a scene I saw where these kids were kind of making fun of Malcolm, and then she went up to them, she kind of stood her ground, and she's like, yo, stop making fun of him. He's literally dead. He's missing. What are you guys doing? And this scene was actually a little bit more powerful. Here you can see her emotion really come out. Here you can see her expressing herself freely, and her acting here doesn't seem as forced as the other scene. So overall, Nadia, also known as Amy, you're bad. I think you're just bad. Maybe I don't see you enough. Maybe I'm being harsh. Everyone's gonna comment, Kosher, you're too rude. Guys, let's be FFR. Let's be for real. You're a bad girl. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Nadia. I'm so sorry. But it's okay, because the next girl on the list is Victoria Pedretti, aka Love Quinn. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm already calling it right now. She's getting Oscar worthy. I'm calling it right now. She's Oscar worthy. I don't care. When looking at Love Quinn's serious scene, we can look at the why don't you love me anymore scene exactly in episode 3x2. Guys, I don't know if it's like the rain, I don't know if it's the environment, or the way she screams with her hands down, the way she like, oh my god. This is probably one of the best scenes in season 3. Period. One of the best scenes. The way she screams at him. Like, I think her specialty is her body language combined with her tonality. Like, she's very good at like looking a certain way, like making certain faces, and then like saying the words in a specific way that just makes her seem so evil and aggressive. So right away, when looking at the serious scene right here, I don't care what anyone says, this is a perfect scene. This is perfect execution, and it really brought the emotion through. And also, for the really good scenes I talk about, I'll actually let you guys watch them for a second, so just watch the scene right here. Watch it.
Better off alone.
Love?
Why don't you love me anymore? You know why, you just won't say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You had a fucking hook to my throat. And then I said I was pregnant. And then we just went on and pretended like it didn't happen.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. It was a bad moment.
And now when looking at her sad scene, we can look at episode 3x6 where Love argues with her mom. Here, what I love about her is that she's not becoming sad in like an overly cryy way. She gets sad in a very like realistic girl way. Like her mom's arguing with her, and then she kind of shuts down, you know? She gets so sad inside that she kind of just shuts down. She doesn't even fight back. She stops fighting back and she just looks away, and she gets really like genuinely sad, and you can just see it here. Wow. I love that she took the approach of like not going overly like, oh, and she kind of just went, oh, okay. Like, wow. And another moment we can look at is when Joe kills Love in her last moments. This is a very good sad scene right here. The way she struggles to breathe at the end, the way she looks over at Joe, the way she slowly says her last words in a super saddened final goodbye way. Oh my gosh. And once again, right here, she's not overdoing the whole sadness thing because she's not like bawling her eyes out, but you can still see visible tears. Like, she's genuinely sad about this. But what makes it better is that we know that without having to see her cry bad. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, if you're an actor and the only way we can see that you're sad is like you visibly crying, you're not a good actor, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. But now when looking at Love's happy scene, there's two things I can say. One, she's not very good at being happy. Two, I don't think it matters. Now, when we tackle the first thing of her not being actually that good at being happy, you can just look at any scene, once again, of her just trying to be happy. Love's happy face always just seems to look like it's masked by like some evil disguise. It's hard to explain, but if you like really try to think back to these moments, I can't see her being genuinely happy ever. Maybe when she like moved in with Joe for the first time, there's a couple of happy smiles in there, but it's never like some exclamation of like, wow, I'm genuinely just showing happiness. But still, you know, the smiles look great, they look affectionate, but I just can't help but think and look at this and just say, listen, Joe, listen, Love, This smile right here is not genuine. Now, the second thing I was gonna say is I don't think it actually matters, because I don't think Love's character is meant to be a happy character. She was introduced to be a counterpart of Joe's madness. She's supposed to be like a psycho girl, so I don't think she's supposed to be a character that's supposed to show happiness. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, compared to Beck, Beck was supposed to be a happy, nice little girl, but Love is supposed to be this dark counterpart, so it doesn't matter if she's supposed to be happy. That's not her part. So for this reason, I don't think that takes anything away from her. And I think Love Quinn, also known as Victoria Pedretti, deserves Oscar-worthy. Oh! Love Quinn, you are an Oscar-worthy actor. I don't care. You deserve it. Love, okay, get up here. Okay, I see you, babes. Okay. But now let's look in the bottom left. Next up, it's our baby boo, Marienne. Now, Marienne is played by Tati Gabrielle, and she's basically known as the newest librarian that Joe has been obsessed with. And she's also the character that Joe has come all the way to London for. All the way to London. So clearly, this Marienne girl must have something special about her, right? But could her special thing be her acting? Let's find out. But before we do that, I just want to talk about something else that doesn't really relate to her acting, but let's talk about like the actual characters for a second. Why did you season 4 trailer tease the fact that Joe's coming all the way to London for this girl, just for us to see this girl for one scene in the entire season so far? The entire season we were so obsessed with Kate and her friends. What about this aspect of Marienne? Like, you came all the way for here, but we only see her for one little moment and that's it? Like, are you serious? Like, I thought the show had its priorities straight, but instead you want to go look at Kate and her useless rich friends. That's what we want to do for the show? Okay, cool. No, that's fine. No, it's okay. It's fine. I just wanted to, okay. Something to keep in mind, okay? And make sure you guys subscribe, okay? If you're watching right now at home and you still aren't subscribed to me, subscribe right now, baby girl. Now. But now let's continue. Now, when looking at Marienne, we can actually combine her serious and sad scene by looking at the one instance I talked about when Joe found her in season 4. And to be honest, her specialty as an actor here is not the way she looks, not the way she moves, it's the way she talks. For context, as you guys know, here Joe approached her and she's sort of like scared of him, right? She's like, oh, you killed her, like, oh, get away from me, why are you following me, blah blah blah. But the way she says her words, like, you killed her, like the way she enthusiasms certain points, it really, like, it just sends the message a lot better. And I believe truly this is one of the only actors that can express her emotion in this way, and I love it. It's not like Love Quinn level, but it's still like very, very good up there. It's definitely very good. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just watch this.
Why would you ask me that?
You killed Ryan.
He took your child!
And your wife?
And unfortunately for Marienne and Tati Gabrielle, this is the only category we can kind of discuss on her, because we never see her like being truly happy. Even when Joe and her first met, it's just cute little smiles, some kissing, but it's nothing I can like judge her based off of. I was hoping in season 4 we'd see more so I could give you guys a full review, but we can't because they gave us one scene of her. One scene. Thank you guys. Thank you. But yeah, since we're only judging her based off this one factor right here, I'd actually say she's very, very good. From what we've seen, she's very good. Clearly, she can hold her ground and she knows how to act in a serious, sad way. Wow. Marienne the librarian. That rhymed. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. That rhymed. I swear that rhymed. Marienne the librarian. Oh my god. Marienne the librarian, I think you're great. I think you belong in the great category. Let's plop you up here with Becky. There we go. Great actors of you. Mwah, mwah, perfect. But now moving on to the next person, we can look at Ellie, also known as Jenna Ortega. Now when we look at Ellie Alvis, she's actually the sister of Delilah, the girl we mentioned in the beginning, and she takes the role of like a serious, broken down, sad teenager. And because of that, when we want to judge Ellie's acting when it comes to seriousness, we can look at this scene right here, where Ellie says a very, very sad remark. She goes on a very sad rant, and it's called the "Everybody Wants to Get Away From Me" scene. And this scene happens when Delilah is dead, but Ellie doesn't know it, right? So Ellie thinks like Delilah ghosted her own sister ghosted her, so she just goes completely off. And she breaks down in tears right here, and you can just see the raw emotion, the raw body language just come through. Comments under this clip literally talk about how this was the most powerful moment in the entirety of season 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I can completely agree with that. I genuinely agree with that. Ellie's body language in this scene, the way she moves, the way she rants to him, oh my, yes, Ellie. Yes, Ellie Alvis, yes. And on top of that, her crying face is just very, very good. A lot of people just have a bad crying face when they cry and just break down, so you kind of lose some points on that. But her face when she cries, I just feel bad for her. It makes you feel bad for her, right? Like, take for example me. If I pretend to cry, like, Mom, like, I just look stupid. Like, someone's gonna look at me cry and just gonna be like, yo, shut the hell up, kid. Shut up, kid. But, like, no one really cares about when I cry, right? But like when Jenna Ortega cries, it looks good. But I'm sorry, enough of my rambling. I'll let you guys watch this scene as well. Watch the scene.
She was pulling away from me. I could tell.
Everybody wants to get away from me. Why? What's wrong with me?
And I think this is more than enough to give her a ranking because there isn't really happy scenes about her. She's not meant to be a happy character, so let's rank her based off of this. Ellie Alvis, I think you are a great actor. You're not Left Quinn yet, but I think you're a great actor. Jenna Ortega, join the greats, boom, boom, boom. Now the next girl we can look at is our friend over here, Peach, also known as Shay Mitchell. And also before we continue, I feel like some of you guys might be wondering, oh, where's Joe Goldberg at? Where's Penn Badgley? He's last, okay? Joe is last. I can't give you guys all the good characters in the exact same time because it just makes the video boring. I have to give you like good characters and then like have some boring ones in the middle, you know? That's how I gotta do it, I'm sorry. Now, Peach is known as Beck's best friend, the bestest friend throughout season 1. And to be quite honest with you guys, this is probably one of the hardest actors to rank in this show because we just don't see enough of her. Okay, the best way I can describe it is she's like the rich friend, right? She's the really rich, privileged friend. So she just has that surface level just obnoxiousness where she's just like, okay, Beck, okay. It's super basic level acting. She's just being like a nice, rude girl to Beck all the time. That's it. And since she plays this privileged, rich girl, we never see times where she breaks down and her true emotion comes out. We never see her being truly super happy, truly super sad, truly super angry. Shay Mitchell, why do you make this so hard for me, Shay? Why is it so hard for me, Shay? Shay. But the one scene we can look at to rank Shay Mitchell is the serious scene right here in episode 1x6, 33 minutes in. And this is truly where our baby girl Shay Mitchell shines when it comes to seriousness. I don't know how to explain it, guys. Maybe it's the way she looks, but she just has that sass to her. She has that sassiness. So in the scene here, you can see Beck and Peach arguing over whether Beck should just come with Shay or stay here with Joe. And I don't know why, but you can just see like the way Peach acts. It makes her the really scary one. The way she moves her head towards Beck, the way she like belittles Beck, the way she moves closer to Beck, the way her tone changes, the way her attitude shifts, the ooh. Her demeanor is what makes her great, the demeanor. And also another moment we can actually look at is when Peach almost kills Joe in episode 1x6. And here, once again, I think her body language truly shines, her demeanor. The way she points the gun, the way her like eyes widen up in certain scenes where she's like, I think you're dangerous. I think you're dangerous. Like, she's clearly a very experienced actor. Everyone knows Shay Mitchell. She's very experienced, and the experience really shows right here. Besides those two moments, I really didn't see any scenes where you really stood out to be one of the greats or even like really like Oscar worthy. So I'd say you're good. Shay Mitchell, you are a good actor in you. Peach, you're officially a good actor. But now we can quickly look through the 5 new characters that were introduced as side characters in season 4. And this is actually the first season we've had a bunch of side characters introduced at once. Usually there's like 1 or 2. For example, Beck's best friend Peach, like she's a side character, but here we had Kate's 6 best friends coming to the show. 6. And since these characters all play a very minor role besides like some instances here and there, we're gonna just look at them very, very briefly. And I won't be looking at their happy, sad, serious moments. I'll just be looking at overall delivery moments. Number 1, Phoebe. Phoebe is played by Tati Keeper, and she's very good at playing a kind-hearted, nice girl. She's very good at acting naive and clueless to everything going on, and you can generally see some naivety with it. You can generally see that she's very good at delivering herself to be a clueless, kind of naive rich girl. But besides that, nothing much to say about her, so she's just, let's put her in average. Next, let's look at Rice. I actually forget if that's how you pronounce his name. Is it Rice? Reese Montori? Something like that? I don't know. But he's played by an actor named Ed Spieler. And spoiler alert, by the way, he's actually the main killer of this season. He's the killer of season 4. And what I loved about him is that he's a very, very witty actor. I mean, to be honest, I knew from the start he was the killer. And that's because his tonality when he acted always seemed a little mischievous. He would always talk to Joe in a very different way. He would look at him, he would talk to him differently. Everything would be a little off about this guy. And that's because Rice's character knew how to play that right. He couldn't talk to Joe like any of Kate's other friends. He had to talk to Joe in a very manipulative, like mischievous, toned down way. And then him also playing a double life and acting as the president of like the country, that was beautiful. Wow. Being a killer hunting down Joe and also running an entire country. Okay, now you got it, baby. You got it, girl. So Reese, let's put you in the good category because you are a good actor. Next, let's look at the character known as Adam. Now, Adam Pratt is played by an actor known as Lucas Gage. This guy also has a lot of potential. Unlike the other people in Kate's friend group, this guy has a little bit of depth behind him. He has a little bit of story because as we all know, he's sort of like the gay guy as well, right? He's actually gay in the show, but he's hiding it from his girlfriend, Phoebe. So in those instances, he's very good at acting vulnerable and dealing with awkward situations. For example, when his secret boyfriend was trying trying to flirt with him out in the open, or whenever he like ranted to Joe about his relationships, you can genuinely see a vulnerable man. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that's one of the harder things to do in acting, because like you really have to become a vulnerable, weak person just in that moment. I also think what helps him is he has a very good soft face that's really helpful when he does these scenes like that. So Adam, aka Lucas Gage, I think you're a good actor. Yeah, baby, yeah. But anyways, moving on, now let's look at the next person on the list, Roald. He's actually a very creepy guy. I'm not gonna lie, he plays a very, very creepy role because his actor, Ben Wiggins, plays a very, very crucial part in this. For instance, take this moment right here where he's trying to make moves on Kate, but it just, the way his body language moves, I think that's where he shines, and that's how he gets his creepy delivery across. And combine that with the weird smile he gives Joe when he threatened to shoot him, oof. Okay, you're creepy, sir. We get it, you're creepy. Ew, okay, damn. So if you guys got uncomfortable with what he's doing and his whole little demeanor, that means he did a good job at acting, because that's, you know, that's his role. Now, once again, I wouldn't say I saw anything spectacular out of this. I wouldn't say I saw anything special out of it. I'd just say it was good. It was good. And then the final side character, we'll just quickly get him off, Simon Su. He's the new Asian guy in the show, and he's acted by Aiden Chang. And to be honest, we really didn't see anything of him at all. Like, literally nothing of him at all. But here, when paint was thrown on him at his, like, art exhibition, he got mad, and like that was okay, I guess, but still average. So we're gonna rank both of these guys just average and good. That's really it. Now the final actor we're gonna look at before we look at Penn Badgley, the final actor on this list, is Theo. Theo is played by Dylan Arnold, and we're gonna rank his acting all in one sweep. He was known as Love's love interest in season 3, but the reason I'm doing all of this in one is because Theo's actor cannot act. I'm so sorry, but he cannot act. This man has no range whatsoever. Every scene I found of him when I was doing research is just him being in a very monotone acting way. All he does is talk very monotone and just bland, simple, boring. Take for example the first time Theo ever approached Love. Here you'd expect like a guy going to pick up a girl being like charismatic, funny, you know, have like good body language, energy, all of that. He did none of that, actually, none of it. Obviously for the show, Love likes that for some reason and she's into him, but in real life I'm telling you that wouldn't work. Like look at the way he's talking to her right now. Just look at him. Ew, bro, ew. He always has this just awkward demeanor throughout everything. But the place that sort of redeemed himself a little bit is when he's about to die. Here he's very good at acting absolutely terrified, because like when Love is about to kill him, he does a great job almost being in like shock. He's like looking at her kind of like, are you really about to kill me? Like he's kind of like uncertain, but you can see in his head he's like, I gotta get out of here now. But then he's also worried about the person trapped in the basement, so he's kind of like, what do I do? Like that right there, it was a little bit good. Okay, Theo, okay? So because of that one scene, I wouldn't put you in quit now territory, but you're gonna be horrible. You're actually horrible. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Theo, I have no clue how you pulled Love Quinn, but you're horrible, kid. I'm sorry. But now what do we have here? Final actor of them all, the final one to sum it all up, Joe Goldberg, also known as Penn Badgley. Now first, when looking at Joe's happiness, we can look at when he went on a date for the first time with Beck. Here we can see the type of character Joe is. He's never like truly ever gonna show happiness where he's giggling like a little girl, like ah. His happiness shows from his genuine smile and just his genuine body language. Whenever he's smiling with Beck, whenever he's making jokes with her, whenever he's planning his future with her, you can see genuine happiness that like me and you viewers, we can see without him having to giggle all the time. Do you get what I'm saying? But now when looking at sadness, I think Penn Badgley shines when being sad. I think this is where he truly shines. Let's look at episode 1x9 when Joe finds out that Beck was cheating on him with her therapist. This right here is the perfect sad reaction. Once again, he's not overly crying, but you can see like I can tell he's so sad here. You can see he's genuinely hurt, and usually in real life when people are so hurt, they kind of go into shock, you know, they kind of go into shock and they're just kind of just like and then tears just start rolling out, but like they're not like overly dramatic about it, right? They're usually like that shows you're so traumatized by what just happened. And here, Penn Badgley, you did it so effortlessly. Oh my gosh, yes, good job. But now thirdly, when looking at angriness, I actually don't think Penn Badgley is that good at being angry. I know what everyone's thinking, oh, Joe's killed people, Joe obviously has a super angry temper tantrum, but I actually don't think so. I think the opposite. I think Joe tries his best to be a cool, calm, collected character, so whenever he does have those angry moments, he doesn't show it in the best way. Take for example episode 3x5 when Joe finds out about Theo, and well, he punches the wall, and it was supposed to be a super dramatic scene where he's super mad at Love for her entanglement with like Theo, but he doesn't look that threatening to me. And you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe all of you are like frightened right now. Maybe all of you are super scared about the scene, but I'm not. Like his punch to the wall was a little bit like kind of weak. It was kind of like, oh, like, and like he was like ranting at her. It was sure, it was a little bit scary, but like it wasn't anything I expect from a character that plays a psychopathic killer. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand, if he's gonna take this title, take this role, his acting has to be on a different level than someone else. Like, if Theo did this scene right here, I would say, mwah, great, great, lovely. But him being Joe Goldberg, a psychopathic killer, his angry tendencies have to come way up before I can say, okay, that's good. Do you get it? So for these reasons, I know people are gonna go crazy on this, but I actually think overall, Penn Badgley isn't as good of an actor as people think. I think he's very good at being sad. I think he's good at being happy. But when it comes to being angry, like actually angry, I don't really see it. Guys, imagine seeing a Penn Badgley, a Joe Goldberg that actually had anger issues, like got really angry at people and like did angry things. Oof. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we see Joe make like impulsive decisions out of anger and he kills people, but like I want to see him like flip a switch in his head and just rant at people too. I don't want him just killing. I want to see him angry at people. So overall, I would say he's a good character. He belongs in the good category. But I'd also say if we look at his other categories that we didn't really talk about, like mysterious and the way he like smiles at people, the way he can play a creep, he's very good at that. So I'd bump him up into the great category. He's a great actor. Joe Goldberg, you officially are a great actor. So ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the official final You Actors tier list. Only one person in the entire show deserves the Oscar baby title, and that is Love Quinn, also known as Victoria Pedretti. Good job, baby girl. Good. I'm so proud of you, love. I love you. And surprisingly, I actually thought I would put a couple people in quit now, but I guess none of them have to quit. It's kind of surprising that the horrible actor is one of the main characters in season 4, Kate. Wow. I didn't expect that, but I still stand by that. I truly stand by that. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of this tier list, what you would move around, what do you agree with, why you agree with me, why you don't agree with me. Let me know all of it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys like all of the good stuff, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces!